Steve, where could the next Tesla be?
Well, there's a revolution going on in sustainability, and it's driven by the fact that the cost of solar, wind, and renewable energy in general is going down, combined with the fact that lithium-ion batteries is going down. We're seeing every automaker in the world going all electric. This creates huge opportunities. So if you were to say, what do we think is hot? I think there are four areas to look at. First, they're creating a global EV charging network, huge opportunities there. There's big opportunities in next-gen batteries, lithium-ion batteries, new oil. Our job's to find out what comes next. By the way, it's not just the battery chemistry, it's the software that comes with it. Infrastructure and cybersecurity is a huge thing. We saw that this last year. Every utility energy company is under attack by foreign actors. We're helping find the next-gen cybersecurity companies. And then there's a big issue with green supply chains, because every company says, we're green, but are they really? And so we did a global search for the next generation of companies that provide sustainable supply chain traceability and the firms that help you with that. So a lot of interesting areas. It goes far beyond solar and wind, and you will see more Teslas in the sector.
Where do you think the most disruptive innovation needs to come from to usher in better, long-lasting sustainability?
Well, it's an interesting question, because I've been around doing this for a while. And in the beginning, what they called cleantech 1.0 didn't work out that well because it was super capital intense, companies with low gross margins. What we've moved toward is this new future. And it's really the convergence of software, IoT, and big data that is helping with what's called the digitization of energy and is leading us towards this new revolution. So we're looking for companies with rapid growth, with real gross margins, and you can see a trajectory, because as much as we love the sustainability space, there is a lot of hype. We think there are nosebleed high valuations. Our job is to separate fact from fiction and help make sure we invest in the winners in each sector.
Now, I have to ask you about Tesla, because it's changed so much since the time you invested and were on the board. What do you make of the Tesla of today and Elon Musk's leadership, controversies, and all?
Well, look, Elon Musk may be the most controversial CEO of our time, but he's also the Thomas Edison or Steve Jobs of our time. And look, I served on the board of Tesla. I chaired the audit committee. I've got to tell you, Elon was not always easy to deal with, but he is the great CEO of our generation. And let me draw a distinct contrast here. I love Rivian. They make a great truck. I love Lucid. They have a very cool car, but the two of them together have not sold 2,000 units yet. Yet they're both valued at $70 billion. As an investor, I'd be careful about that. Look at Tesla in comparison. 2020, $31 billion in revenue. Last year, 2020, last year they did $52 billion in revenue. This is an enormous company growing 50% a year. No one else in the auto company is doing this. So he's revolutionized the industry. He's built a great company. Whatever you think about him personally, he is one heck of a CEO. We're proud to have been an early investor.
Now, world-changing companies come only once or twice, maybe three times in a generation. You mentioned Steve Jobs and Apple. You know, perhaps Tesla is another. How confident are you there is a next Tesla, and when will we see that company?
Look, there's absolutely going to be a next Tesla. I'm lucky. I left a great job teaching on the faculty at Stanford's Graduate School of Business and told my parents and friends and my wife to be, I'd seen the future. It was in online flea markets, and everybody thought I was crazy, but I helped take eBay public in 1998. When we decided to invest in Tesla, $300 million valuation, 29 employees, 2008. I told my wife, we're investing in electric cars. She said, go get your money back. The firm's worth 1.4 trillion today. So there will be the next new thing. And I think just one thing, if I were to point out one, is, again, everybody realizes we've got to get to carbon net neutral. Solar and wind and electric vehicles, important part of it, but it's only half the equation. Every company on the planet is not just going to be able to say they're green, they're going to have to prove it. And you're going to see a revolution, something you probably won't hear other places, in what's called sustainable supply chain traceability. We did a global search, found the best firm in the world that happened to be in London, or a major investor in it. 5 years from now, every firm you know of you're going to know whether they're green or not because of this new field, often called green accounting. So stay tuned. They're fascinating new things all the time. But just remember, you don't want to be in slow-moving, capital-intense stuff. You're looking for that world of the convergence, software, IoT, big data.